Right, so after providing all the evidence and some indicators of what the market value is, then I would say to the owners, so where do you feel the market value of your property is? And they'll hopefully come up with a figure, say 200,000. If they say, well, we don't know, what do you think? So look, it doesn't really matter what I think, it's what the buyers think. And I never get drawn into sort of giving them a figure. But what I could say and may say is, look, let's just say, for argument's sake, the market value is 200,000. I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't, but let's just for argument's sake, and they normally go, oh, yeah, okay. And the reason for not giving them a definite figure is because, and I should have mentioned this in the earlier video, that if you do give an opinion, say, I think the house is worth this amount, they will hold that against you if it doesn't sell. So anyway, let's just say for argument's sake, the house is worth 200,000. Right, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, you've got three options when it comes to setting an asking price. And the asking price is separate to market value. So you've got the option of putting the asking price above the market value. For example, in this case, you could say 220 or 210,000, and with a view to coming down. You could put put the asking price at market value. So in this case, at 200, and aim to get that price. Or another option is to put the asking price below market value and put an offers over price. And then I can go through the advantages, disadvantages of those three different strategies. So let's start with the first one. So if we put the property price too high, the problem is it may stick on the market and we don't get the interest, we don't get the viewings. And then if it's on the market for too long, people will start thinking, what's wrong with it? Why isn't it sold? And then they're less likely to look at it because they think no one else wants it. Why would I want it? And then you've got to reduce the price. So you have to drop the price to 210 and it still doesn't sell. Then you drop the price to 200,000. And then people are thinking, well, it's been on the market for a long time. They've had to reduce the price. There's something wrong with it. I'll offer them 190. And you might end up selling for less than the asking price, less than the market value, and it taking 3 or 4 months to do that. Another option is to put it on at the market value, so 200,000. The danger with that is, well, what if we sell it within the first day, the first week? And we'll be thinking, well, could we have got more? Should we have put it higher? Did we sell it for the best possible price? Possibly not. Or, again, it might be on the market for a while and doesn't sell and then we have to reduce it. We don't know. Or the third option is to put it below market value. And for example, in this instance, you could do offers over 180. That way, it's going to generate a great deal of interest. And I'd also tie this in with an open house, and I will talk about an open house in a different video. But the strategy would be create a higher demand, and competition creates the prices to go up. And that's what we want to, it's almost like an auction atmosphere. So by putting it below market value, lots of people will see it, they'll think it's a bargain, they'll come in, have a look at the property, and I think half the battle with selling properties is getting people through the front door. And I'd be saying to the owner, you've got a beautiful garden here, or it doesn't look very big from the outside, but when you get inside, you've got this beautiful big extension. It's important we get people through the front door. And that's a bit like, I don't know, selling a show home. If you speak to the sales people in a show home, they'll tell you that 50% of the buyers weren't actually looking to buy a house. They just drove by and thought they'd just pop in. So let's get the interest, get people coming into the open house. And I think by having an open house, some people think, well, we'll just pop along and have a look. And then when they're inside, they fall in love with it, think, wow, look at all these other people. And then once you've created that competition and a lot of demand, that forces the price up. So then people will make offers, and they obviously know it's offers over 180, and they'll be saying, well, how much do you think it will sell for? We would just say, make your highest offer. And then people will be bidding at 185, 190, 195, 200. And then at the end, you'll say, well, look, let's put your best and final offers forward. And it may well be that you'll sell for 205, 210. And there's no limit to what it could sell for. So when the owner's saying, well, the other agent told me it's worth 210, you can say, well, it may be worth 210, but this is the best way to see if it is. Let's create the demand, create the interest, and if someone out there would pay 210, this is the way to force them up. And this is probably the most popular way to sell, and this gets the best results. So you get more interest and it's more certainty. I have a 90% success rate with this strategy, and if it hasn't sold, that's probably because the owners changed their mind, or they didn't get the house they wanted to sell for, not because we didn't get the best price. So there's three ways of setting the asking price, either above market value to come down, at market value and aim to get that, or below market value with an offers over price. My preferred solution is the offers over price, and when you explain the for and against to the owners, they tend to agree as well. I hope you found that useful.